Hello, all. Thanks for joining for today's session. Yesterday we had done like what is like geo replication and auto-failover groups. Unfortunately, and due to some issues, practicals got like every configuration went fail. Now today, so I'm having demo test 07. So once you go to the data SQL database, come to your replicas. Here we have an option called create replica. Click create here. Now you can select the same reason or otherwise, okay, what it is saying, a database is already exists, right? So you just duplicate this tab, go to home, go to SQL servers, go to this thing. Okay, now yep. So I'm selecting another region which is called East US2. So this is the same basic service tier, and I'm selecting local redundant zone. Now click and create 400 service and click create. So I have created a geo replication in simple terms, always on without automatic failover in simple. And like that, I can configure multiple up to four secondary replicas. If you want to connect to the read-only replica, you have to manually select the secondary server name. Okay, and if I go here, so we have one command called update property x ability. Either it will show you either the database is in read and write or read only mode. Okay, and once it is done, we will see. So So we have successfully configured geo replication. Here you can see that this is the primary replica, and that's the reason you are seeing the replica status as a online. And if this is a secondary replica and this status is like readable. Okay, and if you want to like failover, you have to select the read-only database. Here you have to select failover or forced failover. Okay, and this is what like you can do. Okay, like if you want to fail over, you can fail over. Okay, and if you want to remove the geo replication, you just select the stop replication, it will get removed. Okay, and geo replication is a database level. Now see, every time I am having a database like 10 databases, each and every time if I want to fail over, see, generally why we used to configure high availability means if anything happens in the hardware or software wise, this in a event should not be experienced by the customer. That's the reason we used to create a listener, so that listener will redirect all the read write connections to the another active replica. So user whenever he do refresh, okay, he will I mean the portal is live and he is able to work, and he might experience that because of like network issue, but he don't think that whether there some issue is happening on the in the back end. For that purpose we are using high availability. But coming to this geo replication, if anything happens, one has to come here and one has to be failover, and one he has to inform to the application team we have failover, and you just use the new server name demo text 007. This is what like geo replication is. Okay, and for coming to auto failover groups, auto failover groups is a server level. Okay, and here come you can come here failure groups. Right now you just create a group. Okay, now here I am creating failure group like Harsha. failover. I'm just naming. Okay, select the servers, test 07. Okay, I'm this one, test 007. Okay, and I will one database, configure one database, select the database, select this one, done. Now I have configured auto failure groups. Now don't worry about one step ahead is called one step ahead of geo replication is called failure groups. It means automatic, always in simple terms, automatic, always on with automatic failover. Okay. Now I can add n number of databases to this auto failure group, so that if anything happens, every database will get failover to the another server. Okay. The disadvantages here is auto failure groups is, for example, if there is one issue with one database, now entire databases will get migrated to the another database. That's the reason whenever we used to create, we have to create in chunks. I mean, two five databases in one auto failure groups, another five databases in could be one other failure group. So you have to configure like that. Okay, if you are very sensitive to that kind of issues. Okay, now I'm going to the test zero server and click the, no, I'm going to server, auto failure groups. Yeah, so this is got accurate. Now see, if you see here, failure group name, always on group name, just like that. This is the primary server, secondary server, and read write failures are managed by the customer. How many databases are here? We have one database. If you do click here, now come here, now you can see this is the listener name. Okay, and if I copy this, why this login is not there? Oh, yep. So as of now, here I have connected, right? Now I'm seeing that. See, as of now, the connection is read only. Now what I will do, I will connect to the read only workload. Read only workload means it is like secondary name. Now just connect here. So now it is asking for the secondary server login. So what I will do here is, I'm going to second, where is the second test done? This one, networking. See, now I am taking this database. Now this could be in read-only mode. Read-only mode. Now what I will do here is, I will go to the this thing and I will fail over. Now here you can see this. Okay, now you come here and click failover. Now I am failovering from east from east ES to east ES to east ES 2. Okay, east, that is like English 2 T word. Okay, from east ES to east ES 2. Then that is done. Now see, it got, so the connection URLs are same, but you can see that it was changed. Now see, this is the read only, right? Now when I connected to the failure Arsha failure secondary here, this is read only, right? Now it has to be changed to read and write. Why? Because it has I have done failover. So this is secondary, right? Okay. Now this is like secondary, but always it will be read only. Now here also, every time whatever connection you change doesn't matter. Okay, we the I mean the connections will go to read and write only. Okay, and if you want to experience this, you have to, for example, this one is like read only replica, right? Now if I copy this manually, I am connected to the using node name. Okay, it is read only. Okay, I mean some test only, right? Updatability. Oh, now it is in master. Now it is in read only. If you do failover back, now it has to be uh, this thing, read and write. If you want to experience that, you have to connect through the node names only. Still it is read only. Yeah. See, now it became read and write. So this is what like auto failure. In interview, they will ask you what is the difference between the geo replication and auto failure groups. Yesterday we have seen one screenshot, right? You have to just remember this screenshot, and you can say in the interview the differences between like geo replication is auto failure groups. Now we are going to see cross database queries.
Asha, I
Yeah,
have one doubt.
yes, please.
If you, while failuring,
Hmm.
if any issue will come like failure is failed, or whether the database is having more DML operation,
Okay.
or
It will
it
take time. It will take time to transist. Okay. So until unless if you for example you always whenever you done failover, how you connected to the SQL server using the listener names or server names, that has to be get different. See how many read and workload is dependent. So up to that time, the main SQL server will act as a like active replica only. Once that is got completed, then only the new servers will take the initiation. Okay. Hello.
yeah,
Hello.
okay, Asha.
Yeah.
Sure. How many replicas auto-failover group will support generally?
So there is no limited such. Okay. So I mean we can keep unlimited, but I recommend is one for unavailable one for the one not available groups 10 databases. Like see like how many databases you had, that much difficulty you will get experience. Okay. So for one available for one auto failure groups, I recommend 10. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. And we are going to see the cross database queries. Before, what is meant by database queries, why we don't see in this on-premise SMS is we can using one database, we can query another database table. See, if you see the Azure SQL database general limitations, if you see here, cross instance queries using three part or four node name. So for as of now, if I am sitting in one database, I can query the tables which are having another database that is there in the on-prem SQL server, but it is not there in the Azure SQL Server. That's the reason these cross database queries and comes into picture. And cross databases will support only select commands, not from the DML statements. Okay. And why if you do the between database, we call it as a cross database queries, or we call it as a elastic queries. If you query with the DBMS, other tables like other notepads, then we call it as a like external tables, but everything concept is same. Okay. And if I see cross database queries, So as of now, what I am doing here is I am just removing this. I am creating two databases. One is production DB, one is archive DB. Standard edition and service object is S0. So meanwhile, I will show you one paint. This is our SQL server, right? Okay. Now we have two databases. One is archive DB, another one is production DB. Okay. Now what will happen? My requirement is I am having one table here. Okay, so when what are the unused records there? Now what I will do here, I want to move those data, unused data to this table. Okay, and after once it is moved, have to remove this state. This is my requirement. So I told you that, right, that is I mean moving the data from one database to another database in Azure SQL server is not supported. So for the reason we have concept called like this thing external tables. For that, what I need to do here is we need to configure first. We need to create a master key in the archive DB, and after that I need to create database scoped credentials. Use means username and password. I need to database source. After that I need to create external tables. Okay, so these all these I think I need to create from archive DB only. Why? Because I need to connect, okay, from archive DB to production DB. For that, what directly it will not possible here. In the archive table we have to create one more table. Okay, that table we call it as a external table. Okay, so from archive table to we are going to connect to this external data source, this external table. This external table will contain the login and credentials of this database. So this is how, like, the external table you can consider as a mediator between archive DB and production DB. These external tables not only work with this RDBMS, it will also support CSV file which is there in the blob storage and other databases as well. So this is what we are going to do now. Okay, now
We need to create each table for if I'm having multiple tables, we need to create multiple external table, right?
yes, exactly, yes, but everything master key, for example, master key is same, database scope is same, database source is same, external table only we have to create if we want to do for multiple tables. Okay, and coming to here, and you just expand. What I will do, I will remove this all this. So now what I will do, I will do open two new connections. One is an archive DB and one is an production DB, so that you should have one clarity on where I am doing things. Okay, and to be in precise. Okay, now what I'm copying this one. Okay, and I'm coming here so that we came to know like where we are doing things. Now I'm going to create one table in the production DB. Okay, and I'm doing, so I'm inserting some data. Okay, now I'm select querying the data in the production. Now I'm having, okay, 5 records on that. Okay, okay, now I'm doing that. Okay, now that done. Now the same thing, what is the data that I have created the same table. Why? Because study table also should contain the same, right? So only the name difference. Now done. Click archive table. Now if you see here, obviously we don't have any data, zero results. Okay, and coming to that, if you see here, I want to see the error as well. Now what I am doing, I am inserting into archive table using from production table. Okay, from where id is equal to, so I just close it. One, yeah. Now click execute. See, this is the error we are getting. Referencing to the database and server name in the production DB is not supported in this version of SQL Server. You get this kind of error. Okay. Now, for this, what I need to do here, master key, database scope credentials, external data source, external table. Where I need to do this, all these in means you have to do in the archive DB. Now, see, we are creating the one encrypt master key in the archive DB database. Okay, and I'm selecting the keys. See, database got created, master key got created. Now I'm creating a database code connection. It nothing but, so this username password has to get connect to the, from where we have to connect to that database. As of now, my prod db and archive db in same database, in same server. Now I'm using these credentials, either I'm connecting to the prod production db or not. Yes, I'm able to connect. So this is what you need to do. Okay, this is done. Now I need to create the name, right? Sorry, demo text 07. Sorry. So I'm creating the external data source. Here we are containing the password, username and login and password. Here we are containing to which database, to which what is the server name, what is the database name. That's it. Okay, done. Now what I'm going to create, one external table. See, external table. Now I'm naming the ext so that I can easily know this is the external table. Same data id name column with data scores and schema name. This is how you need to create external table. Just create. I have done it. Now if I click refresh, now go to database, go to archive db, go to tables. So this is archive table, right? So if I click external data source, here you can see the external data source. It means the database name and the server name. So if I click external tables here, you are going to see the external tables. See, external table. Now if I do the same thing here, see whether we are getting error or not. We will see. See, still we are getting same error. Why? Why? Because I told you we cannot query the database name like anything, right? For what we need to do here is we need to use this thing. We have to go through the external table only, right? So see, one row got affected. See, now what I can do, now I will go through the archive table. Done. See, one record got updated. Now you can go and delete this record in the production database. So why? Because we have moved this data to the unused records, unused data to production table to archive table. So this is what, like cross database queries or external tables, external queries or elastic queries. And so now if what I will do here is, now delete from, okay, where id is equal to 5. See, DML operations are not supported with the tables. As I said previously, it is only select for useful for select queries. Using select queries only, we are inserting to the data. Okay, so this is what, like elastic queries, cross database queries. Okay, and now today we are going to see
What
ledger.
about views,
Huh?
sir? Views.
Views.
Yes.
I don't get it. Can you repeat one your doubt, please?
No, no, no. We can able to select the views also, no? View.
Yes, yes. Views also. Views are nothing but underlying. At the end of the day, it is a table only, right? Views are nothing
Yes.
but views doesn't store anything. It's just store the structure of the tables, right? Yep.
Yeah.
And see, I showed you the concept, right? If I had anything, I didn't as of now I didn't touch the views as well. So once I need to do the views, then I came to know that either I can confirm this. But as of now, with this experience, I say yes only. Why? Because whenever you touch anything, right, it directly will go to the tables only. Okay. And any doubts, please? Hello. Now we are going to see the ledger. What is mean by ledger means security. See, previously we have an accountant, right, in olden days, where what he used to do, he will write everything. How much money is coming in, how much money is going out. Okay, either it is a debit or it is a credit. So this is what the accountant will do with that, right? So nowadays all these things will be computerized and everything was in database. So whenever you do something, okay, I have given 1 lakh rupees, but you in the and you have updated as a 50,000 rupees in the database, and now you are saying no, 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 you have given only 50,000 rupees. That's what I have written like that. Okay, so there is a no trust. Okay, so now keeping this in mind, okay, nowadays like everybody got like this thing, everybody knows in the what we can do, modify data, how we can modify the data, right? So yesterday we have seen the CDC, and we can edit the data and remove the data in the history table as well, right? So keeping all these scenarios in mind, Microsoft came with the ledger concept. Ledger concept means it's an extension of CDC or temporary tables. Now we have a concept. Okay, I will tell you. This is the ledger table. Okay, ledger. Okay, once you make it as a ledger, okay, now one this is a ledger updatable ledger table. So what will happen, one if you make that, it will create one history table, and as well as one ledger view also get created. So whenever you do any changes in the updatable ledger table, okay, all changes will get recorded in the history table. Okay, just like CDC. And before making that, it will do some algorithms. It will do SHA, this thing. Okay, one wait. So it cryptographically encrypt in hash format, which is in Marklet tree data structures, that creates root hash representing all rows in the transactions, and these transactions form a block. Okay, that forms like that we used to call it as a database digest. Okay, you simple remember that this is all not required, just for an understanding purpose only. We cannot touch anything in that. Okay, so whenever you do, it will form some hash, it will store some hashes in the SHA 256 algorithm. These combinedly call it as a database digest. Now this digest will be created in the outside of the storage. Okay, these they simply call it as a blocks. All blocks will commonly call it as a like database digest. Each block will call it as a, what is mean by outside of the storage, either it is in a blob storage outside of. If I do modify everything in database, we have to have some proof from outside of the storage, right? Either my database is tampered or not. So this thing I can know. Okay, I can confidently say to whether my data tables are not yet tamper proof. This is I say confidently. Okay, and like coming to ledger, we have two kinds of ledger. One is updatable ledger and append only ledger. Updatable ledger means either we can do updates or either we can do deletes. All these two will get recorded in the history table. But updatable ledger tables, append only ledger tables doesn't allow us to update, to delete, or to truncate as well. Where we can see the scenario, this scenario, for example, every time you are going to office, your attendance should be get registered by 8:30. Okay, whenever you go, one time it has to be get registered there. If you ask that, right, to your administrator, I just came to at the 10:30, you just mark it as a, like 8:30. If you create that, no administrator will do that, even though it is sysadmin as well. So that's the reason everybody who are having very sensitive data, okay, they opting for this feature. Okay, updatable append only means it will only add, okay, but it will not delete anything, or it will not allow any updates. Just like security entries. This is for bank tables, bank card, credit card, anything thing, right? Sometimes what will happen, whenever we use credit card for 10,000, I'm having 20,000, I will add, right? I will add more than 20,000. What will happen, 20, if you add 20,000 instead of 10,000, the balance will go in the minus table, right? Means you are updating the tables, you are updating your records. That's the reason every history has to get recorded. That if you have this kind of scenarios, then you have to go for updatable ledger tables. Okay, so where we can see this everything. Now we can see the updatable ledger. Okay, I'm just copying this here. Just go here and I'm new query. So I'm just creating one schema call account, and see, this is the table, normal table how we used to create. If you want to be ledger table, then you have to here with system versioning on history table. What could be the history table? It means we are not only creating one table, uh, with this option we are creating one history table as well. Totally we are creating two tables. So ledger is equal to on, this is the syntax. If you want to be the ledger table, come here and click execute. Okay, sorry. Okay, it is already right. Good. So I told you, right, whenever you create one table, okay, ledger table, one according to that ledger view also get created. Now, so I'm just copying this one. See, if you see here, updatable ledger. Okay, See, ledger table means account balance, history table is account balance history, and ledger view. And if I go here, so now I'm inserting some data. Three records got inserted, right? Now if I see the same thing, see 231 got is normal. Okay, and I am just updating the data. Now if I see here, see here we are seeing the sequence as well. How you have entered the data. First I have entered the two record. After that I have entered one record. After that I have entered this. This is the order of the data how you inserted. Okay, and coming to that, I'm now what I'm doing. I'm updating some record for ID customer. Just copy here. That is done. Two is not there. Yeah, one is done. Now if I see here, see this is the two. Okay. Now Nick has 50 to 100. Now it has to be like I will show you one. There is no one record. Okay, yeah, sorry. Now if I see I am inserting one more record. Now it has to be one. Okay, and just copying this. See, this is how you can see that the data. Previously, I was like 50 rupees. Now it has to be 100 rupees. Okay, now 100 rupees inserted, 50 rupees got deleted. Previously, it was like insert. See, this is how you can know what is the operation has been at what time it has been done. Now everything I know, right? If I try to delete, what will happen? It will throw an error. Okay, and I will try to delete that. Okay, now delete from